This has been fun to follow the Project Veritas CNN leaks because, we all knew that CNN was completely full of shit. We didn't realize how full of shit they were until we got in on these editorial phone calls, and this one right here is kind of sort of reinforcing thoughts that people had when it came to the Hunter Biden laptop. And it's also nice to talk about that again because that sure as fuck got memory hold quickly, hey? It's still, out there with all of those Chinese and Ukrainian links and Hunter Biden probably fucking one of his nieces. Something like that. I don't know. But what we got here right now, this is the concrete stuff we can report on. I already covered the Hunter Biden laptop, and when more information potentially, maybe, hopefully comes out on that one, yeah, you can bet I'll be back on that bandwagon because that sure is a lot of, I don't want to say fun because it is so disturbing and just a real dark chapter in the Biden family history that is immediately gone right away. And let's talk about his dog trying to effectively kill the old man. But whatever. The Bidens are perfect. They're wonderful. Don't have to worry about anything about them. And yeah, he hires a bunch of women. Therefore, he's a good man. It's not that he's trying to finger pop any of them. Breaking. Project Veritas busts CNN suppressing New York Post's Biden bombshell. Well, who would have thought that one would ever came out? Project Veritas released another batch of explosive tapes. All right, let's calm down on the verbiage here, guys. The latest recordings reveal that CNN executives suppressed coverage of the New York Post's Hunter Biden laptop bombshell. So they had access to it and they didn't want to report on it because it made Joe Biden look bad? Huh, color me surprised. Obviously, we're not going with a New York Post story right now on Hunter Biden. CNN political director David Shalane, that fat-headed asshole who looks like Jeffrey Toobin's homosexual stunt double, stated on recordings, which seems to be giving its marching orders to Fox News and the right-wing echo chambers about what to talk about today. Au contraire, how would you guys, in all good conscience, say that anybody else is in an echo chamber? My lord. Shalane continued, obviously Hunter Biden's lawyer is quoted in the New York Post and will just continue to report out. This is the very stuff that the president was impeached over. Right. Don't address anything that actually happened. Go ahead and continue to report on stuff that was already dead on arrival back in February, but this was October 14th when these meetings were recorded. So yeah, CNN always up on all of the hot takes. This is the stuff that Senate committees looked at and found nothing wrong in. No, that was Jim Jordan and Chuck Grassley, if memory serves correctly. And I also went back and took a look at what they found there, and they did in fact find that there was significant shit and further investigation would be needed. Shalane said, referring to Democratic nominee Joe Biden's interactions with Ukraine. Well, to be completely fair, it was Hunter Biden's and Jim Biden's interactions with Ukraine, and Tony Bobulinski brought that to light, but 10% for the big guys, nothing really. Acknowledging the widely circulated overseas business dealings emails, Shalane admitted that perhaps there was a meeting with someone from Burisma. Yes, and an attorney general that so conveniently got fired after Joe Biden went and visited there on Air Force Two, along with one Hunter Biden? Yeah, exactly. He rebutted that the scandal seemed like a Giuliani sort of dream, a vision of how the stuff throws against the wall in the closing days of the campaign. Well, the timing did seem a little bit convenient, but we also know that the vaunted FBI has had an open investigation into the Hunter Biden email since, 2019? Yeah, exactly. So they could have came out with these findings at any particular time, and it just took the Delaware computer repair guy to bring a copy up to Rudy Giuliani because the FBI wasn't doing fuck all with it. Project Veritas has launched an undercover investigation that captured CNN President Jeff Zucker's editorial phone calls over the past couple of months. I love to see this stuff because we're going to get a lot more hot takes out of there, and hopefully he's got some stuff on MSNBC, and fuck, at this point I would take anything on Fox News as well, because we all know that they're just a bunch of preening prissies that don't really care too much about the news. They just care about the scoops, and they care about ratings, and they don't really care about the truth, because fuck it, whatever we say is the truth, right? That is what we're going to be running with. I do think On the Breitbart, New York Post, Fox News rabbit hole of Hunter Biden, which I don't think anyone outside of that world understood last night, Zucker claimed in a recent soundbite. The Wall Street Journal reported that the review of all the corporate records show no role for Joe Biden in the Chinese deal. What about the Ukraine deal? Exactly. Jeff Zucker just wants his people who he employs to know exactly enough to be dangerous, but not enough to be competent. Zucker added that he places more credibility on the latter publication in contrast to the New York Post. Well, he probably shouldn't, because the Wall Street Journal is a very good institution, and the New York Post has only been around for 200 and some odd years, so what do they know? Did they run any successful reality television shows? Point one for Zucker. CNN General's Counsel David Vigilante. Really? They have a lawyer with the last name Vigilante. This shit writes itself. Told Zucker that we would be awfully careful on the Burisma scoop, but I do think that there's a media story, Vigilante interjected. Vigilante questioned what in the world the New York Times journalist Maggie Haberman and political reporter Jake Sherman are doing retweeting the story. Yes, we need to keep our echo chamber very, very secure. So why would you have one of your fellow sycophants going in there asking a couple of questions? You should probably smack them down very quickly. CNN's communications have since responded on Twitter. Legal experts say this may be a felony. We've referred it to law enforcement. I had that in the thumbnail from yesterday, and yeah, it does bear repeating, because realistically, CNN only cares about stuff that is illegally recorded. It was not illegally recorded when it directly affects them. And we welcome legal threats. Project Veritas founder James O'Keefe just attaching a say when gif. So yeah, they knew about the Hunter Biden laptop. They purposefully went out of their way to not report on it, to the shock of, I don't think, anybody at this point. We all know that CNN is a DNC propaganda outlet, which, you know what, they're always seemingly behind the times. They're always reporting late on news, and you know what, in fact, not at all. Perhaps, maybe one day they'll get around to the Hunter Biden laptop. I highly doubt it, but stranger things have happened. And considering they're always late on reporting information, this one is even more hilarious. Did you know that China didn't report all of their numbers from COVID-19? Did you know that they have this late-breaking scoop that has been updated to include new information December 1st, 2020. And this is the first time anybody's heard of the fact that China wasn't exactly copacetic on their reporting. I know. I can't barely believe this myself. It's not like there's been several whistleblowers come out in the previous months to say that, yeah, you know, China's not necessarily on the up and up. Maybe this disease was man-made and was, released from a lab. Or maybe the fact that 5 people per day were dying and nobody else. That they completely cured the disease and that there were rooftop raves that were being held because, hey, China defeated the virus. They did a great job. And now that we have all of this information, CNN can report about it because as Joe Biden has ascended to his throne as the most popular politician of all time, we can give you the 100% true facts. We have nothing here to hide at CNN. Please do not look at the man behind the curtain by any means. We have all the facts that you need to know because, hey, it's illegal for you to possess these files. We're the media. It's different for us. There sure is a lot of information in this article. Nothing of it is really groundbreaking. Nothing is information that we haven't had for a long time. Yeah, China lied. Lots of people died. I'll link to it in the description if you want to read through it. But just the normal disclaimer when it comes to CNN, it's mostly just a comedy website at this point. You just go ahead and click on their homepage and all you're just going to find is Trump bashing material. And of course, they're late-breaking their journalism. They're good, hard-hitting investigative journalism like we have here with the Wuhan files. Leaked documents. What did somebody just finally fucking turn the page over on the show notes from April? Christ. The media's dying right before our eyes, and frankly, as somebody who started up before things potentially could go sideways, depending on what Trump wants to do with Section 230, we'll probably get into that tomorrow, perhaps, but yeah, I really hate to see an institution like CNN die a slow death, don't you? I know, right? It's fucking heartbreaking. Anyways, guys, that was just a fun little one to expose CNN as just being bigger hypocrites than we even thought possible. I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.